Grant and Jody are here just to share their personal story of how their family needed blood.
Some of his friends, while he was unconscious, were like, "What can we do?" And I said, "Go give blood," because he cleaned out the blood bank with his ordeal. It was right after Humboldt, and there was no blood to be had. They had to bring it in from Penticton and Vernon that night. So very critical that we all donate, and there's a lot of unsung heroes out there that we want to thank, too, for donating their blood.
This is Kent Mulgett at the Blood Donor Clinic with Grant and Jody Lalonde. And every once in a while, people need to hear a real-life story about why it's a good idea to give blood. I don't know who wants to start this story, but Grant, you're the one that was hit with a sudden health difficulty. Give us the quick description of what happened to you.
Well, it was on April 9th of 2018. I was at the gym, and I was just warming up, did a little roll over my workout partner, and all of a sudden I had a weird pain go through my chest and kind of over my top of my head, and I just felt strange, and I had to, fortunately my coach thought really quickly and called 911 and got us to the hospital, and the hospital triaged me very quickly and got me up into the heart surgery ward, and was able to fix my aorta that had, not fix it, replace my aorta that had just happened to, my aorta valve that had just happened to let go during my training session. Anyway, it took them quite a while. We had all kinds of problems, and during the process we required around
130 units of blood.
130 units of blood.
In that initial, so within 2 months he required about 150 units. So he cleaned out the blood supply with his very first surgery, the 14-hour surgery that night. There was no blood left to be had in this area.
So then they had to be taking blood in from different places?
Yep, they actually scrambled, you could ask Gail, but I think it was ambulances brought blood in from Penticton and Vernon for him that night.
So now you have a mechanical device, a valve in place, and you're on the road to recovery, but you're not just leaving it at that. You've turned this into a reason to get more people to give blood. Is that right?
Absolutely.
I'll have to let Jody.
Yeah, he's high on a lot of pain meds. So.
Okay. But you've got quite a posse that comes in here now to give blood.
We do, and across the country, we've got a wonderful group of friends and family who are giving blood. But what impresses me the most are the first-timers. We have a lot of first-timers in our group, 15 first-timers here today, and they're people that are, like me, terrified of needles, but realize that there's a bigger cause to be had, and you have to forget about yourself, right?
Yeah, and another thing I heard about this is that, Grant, you've been a blood donor since way before you had this difficulty?
I've got my original card from when I was 16. It's beat right up and cracked and everything, but it's from when I was 16.
And even since you guys went in there and had to use a ton of blood, with all you've done sort of in the wake of that, you've more than paid that all back, and now you're on the...
Just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Just going to keep going. Because I would hate for someone in the middle of their loved one's surgery to hear that they're out of blood. That is unfathomable.
Yeah, Jody heard that. It's pretty hard to hear.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jody and Grant, thanks for sharing your story.
Yes.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching
Come and donate.
Kelowna Now.